personal log of Joshua Shaw, stardate 95680.69. Hi Des. So, I just recorded this, brought it to my computer, and found out that recording didn't take. So I'm redoing this. And sorry it took me so long to get back to you on this. I had a crazy past few weeks when it came to work. But on to your question. So, in your last video, you had asked, do I have any New Year's resolutions? The short answer is, no, I don't. But the long answer is a bit more complicated. I do set myself some goals every year. I don't really hold myself to them as strictly as a resolution per se. Mostly because I know if I set a resolution, I'm either going to be overly obsessed with it or forget I made it 2 weeks in. So, and these are just kind of like some generalized stuff. One is a personality tweak. Another is a psychological tweak. And then another one is more physical and less psychological. So, first thing, I want to tweak my personality a little bit. I want to be less annoyed with people. One of the things I've learned is that I can become quite easily annoyed with people. Especially if I'm in the middle of a conversation, they don't agree with me, I don't understand why they don't agree with me, I mentally get a little irritated. I really shouldn't, but I do. So that is a goal. I want to be less irritated by people. I want to get less angry at things. I want to be a little bit better in the understanding department. The psychological thing, I have very bad memory. So an example, I've been at work, was in the middle of trying to do something, and I forgot what I was doing. I was just kind of mentally on autopilot whenever I was thinking about it even, and I couldn't remember what it was. I've also done that recently where I leave the apartment, go somewhere, and forget that I left something in my apartment. It's becoming a bit of an issue. It's not too terrible yet, but it is something I'm kind of keeping mindful of. And I'm wanting to get better at it so that when I'm older, I don't have as big a risk of some problems later on down the line. Another thing I am doing is I am going to be cleaning up my apartment, because right now it really needs to be cleaned. I am planning on moving here in about a month or so, maybe a little longer, maybe a little less, I don't know yet. The reasoning why is, even though the place is pretty good, it's not the best when it comes to stuff, and there's a few limiting factors, such as I can't really do a whole lot of armor smithing or blacksmithing for any real amount of time, because I have, sound issues, and also I have neighbors underneath me who might be a little irritated with me if I started, pounding on metal in the middle of the day or night. So that is my resolutions: clean the apartment, get better at memory, and be less annoyed when it comes to people. So that brings me to a question for you. Have you ever started something, really wanting to get into it, and then it just wasn't quite what you were looking for? So an example, and I'm going to use a video game for this one. So an example was, I wanted to get in the Dragon Age series. I thought it would be a little interesting. So I started playing Dragon Age Origins, and I got past the first bit of it, and I enjoyed it. I got pretty into it for a little while. I was going to say a few days, but it was longer than a few days. It was a few weeks, actually. And then life happened. I had to have my computer rebooted from, I would say factory default, except friends of mine and I built it, so back to default. Anyways, so we had to reset my computer because it had a lot of little errors that creeped up on it. And I never picked up the game again. So it's one of those. It's still on my computer. I have it installed. I can play it. I just haven't done it yet. So that is, I guess, another real resolution is to finish off games and start games I bought. Otherwise, they're just going to be in my Steam library collecting virtual dust. So yeah, have you started something, really wanted to be into it, and then just wasn't quite what you were looking for? So that's my question for you. As I said again, I will be probably moving, so even though the brick wall was an amazing thing and brought up Hogan's Heroes jokes, and in which, I would have you and Mom come over here with vanilla Coke and Legos. Can't, think of a single time that's happened. Anyways, so yeah, that's what I got for you, and I will talk to you later, Des. Love you. Bye.